from Tiffany in River Falls. Pat, tell me your response to the people that say, but Crawford is backed by Soros in response to Elon Musk backing Schimmel. It's an excellent question, and I'm glad you asked it, Tiffany. Thank you for texting it in. George Soros, also a billionaire, has no business in front of the courts right now, and that is the main issue here. We'll get into money and politics in just a second, but if you look at the U.S. Supreme Court right now, which is suffering a corruption crisis worse than anything we would have imagined in our lifetimes, where justices are accepting millions of dollars by now in terms of the luxury vacations and the free transportation, the private jet rides, all of the other material goods that they've received, and somehow conveniently forget to report them by billionaires who either have cases directly in front of the courts or are financial supporters of others who do have cases before the courts. You understand why we would not want the same thing happening to our Wisconsin Supreme Court. We went through that when conservatives controlled the court for about a 15-year period, where it felt like so many of their decisions could have been written at the headquarters of Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce in terms of worker rights, in terms of environmental protections, things like that. Elon Musk filed a suit on behalf of Tesla, arguing that Wisconsin's law that says you have to use car dealerships, manufacturers can't sell cars directly, seeking to overturn that law. Now, look, you can disagree on the law if you want. You can say, well, Ford should be able to sell cars directly, and Toyota and everybody else, and they shouldn't have to use dealerships. That's a fine argument to make. It's a different argument to say, I'm going to put $15 million behind getting this candidate elected, tip the balance of the court, and win this suit. And by the way, also win anything else that might come before the court on behalf of Donald Trump, the guy that I gave millions of dollars to get him elected president of the United States. And don't say, well, it wasn't Elon Musk's money that got him elected. Don't fool yourself. People would not be spending millions upon millions of dollars on things if the money didn't work, if commercials didn't work, if all the social media ads didn't work. So voters get a chance this time to say, let's not reward that, shall we? Maybe we'll have disagreements on how to limit how much money can go into politics, but I think a lot of us can agree that some kind of a line has been crossed here. Tony in Ashland also notes on YouTube, George Soros isn't cutting tons of services with Doge. Now, George Soros has funded causes that I've been a part of as well, Courier Newsroom being one of them. We are in an era right now where there are a lot more billionaires, funding conservative causes than progressive ones. But that doesn't mean that there aren't others out there in Wisconsin and around the country and around the world who are saying, well, if this is the field we have to play on right now, then I guess game on. And so Elon Musk can give as much money as he wants. George Soros can give as much money as he wants, and all the other names that we could throw out there. For the voter, it should be more about, what does this mean to me? What does it mean if Brad Schimmel is on the court? What does it mean if Susan Crawford is on the court? We do know that if Brad Schimmel's on the court and you got Elon Musk as your patron, that anytime there's going to be a case coming up that may involve corporate power, employee rights, natural resources protection against, say, corporate polluters, you've got a pretty good idea where Brad Schimmel may come down, just as you have a pretty good idea where Susan Crawford's going to come down if there's a case in a law that, say, would take away a woman's ability to make her own healthcare choices. So know those things and vote based on the issue, not whether you like George Soros or not, whether you like Elon Musk or not. It always comes back to what is the impact on us through this court. This court, with progressive control, provided fair maps so that we don't have a gerrymandered legislature. We have a legislature that can come closer to passing laws in line with Wisconsin values. If the court switches control in 2 weeks, what do you think happens to those maps? I'm not saying they're going away, the next day, but what do you think is the long-term prospect for avoiding the political mischief that comes with gerrymandering? And what can a supermajority do in the legislature when it comes to doing things that, again, a majority of Wisconsin residents don't want? So look past the money and look at the impact on you and on our state's future.